All right, man. Let's talk about Aiden Hutchinson is reports that he could be returning sooner than possible. So thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. Next subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notification, increase your chance, get notifications. We go live or drop a video. So apparently he showed a picture of his leg, and the leg was actually all this grease on my lips, crazy. But the leg was actually worse than what it was. It looked worse than what it actually was. I thought perhaps he snapped it in half. He snapped it in half. That's what I thought, but it was just a fracture. So it actually looked worse than what it was. So we thought he was going to be out quite some time, but it was a fracture. So I thought he snapped it. Me personally, I legitimately thought he slapped his leg. He snapped his leg. So that was my opinion on it. And then it came out it was a fracture. It was better than what we originally thought it was. It wasn't a point where it was a Paul George situation where he had to rebuild that leg all the way up or something like that. So that's what we all thought it was. So obviously, our season probably will be a little bit different with him. It probably, in a lot of people's opinion, had that defense stay healthy, there probably really wouldn't have been any real competition on our way to the Super Bowl. But that's the hand we dealt with a bunch of injuries, 13 injuries on IR. And a lot of these guys ain't even made. Some of them guys ain't even made more than a quarter of the season appearance. Marcus Davenport, F.A. Melifano ain't made no appearance. So it is what it is. But Aidan Hutchinson injury update: Lions star could be back sooner than expected. Detroit Lions suffered a massive blow to the defense in Week 6 when a star edge rusher Aidan Hutchinson suffered a broken tibia and fibula that will sideline him from an extended period. Despite the seriousness of the injury, Bowers was fortunate that I think he meant Hutchinson was fortunate his injury was a clean break, which opens the door for him to come back on the earlier end of the 6 to 4 month timeline that was initially given. Because of that, there has been hope that Hutchinson could be back by the Super Bowl if the Lions make it that far, and that's an if. Right now, the Detroit hopes to make it to the big games. It's looking good, and you don't know right now. At the end of the day, it's who's playing their best football going into leaving December, going into January, and that's what people need to figure out. Even right now, it really doesn't matter so much. As much as people think it is, it doesn't matter that much about about it, because of the team. They got momentum, get hot at the right time. You know what I'm saying? That's what you just want, that momentum riding into the playoffs. You want to be getting healthier in the whole nine. You want to be getting healthier and all that stuff you want going on for you. So, but you hope that they can make it, and you hope that, he's healthy enough to play and be effective. And obviously he'll be a part-time player out there. He ain't going to be out there playing all the snaps. He'll be a pass rushing situational type guy. Remember Cam Akers, he snapped his Achilles. People forget that. Cam Akers snapped his Achilles. Or blew his Achilles out. He blew his Achilles out in the offseason, and he made a miraculous turnaround and made it back by the playoffs. That was unheard of. But when you blow your Achilles, the thing about that injury is the lighter you are, the better chance you have of recovering. The lighter you are, the better chance you have of recovering. So his, with his injury, Aidan Hutchinson, I mean, T.O. fractured his leg. It wasn't as serious, and he made it back, and for the Super Bowl. Sources say there were several factors that point to Aidan Hutchinson potentially being back at an early benchmark for the 4 month, which will be a right to Super Bowl in New Orleans, February 9th, provided the Lions make it. Though Aidan Hutson's injury was horrific and chilling to watch, the fracture itself was actually a clean break. Sources said there was no ligament damage, there was no nerve damage. The kind of issues that could result with such serious breaks were present was very good news. So there wasn't no real complications outside of the break. So, I mean, would they want to risk their investment, doing that? That's the question. Do they want to risk their investment doing that? Does he want to risk it? Does he feel, even if he come back, he feel strong at the end of the 4 months? Does he feel confident enough to go out there and rush and tackle and go through that trauma again? That's the question. Does he feel healthy enough to go out there and make it happen? So that's the question. There's a lot of not just physical hurdles here, but there's a lot of mental hurdles to clear here. There's a lot of mental hurdles to clear here. So, but if he can mentally and physically clear those hurdles, and they comfortable with it, and it'll be a small role. He'll probably predominantly be out there on pass rushing downs, on known pass rushing downs. But obviously, then you got to talk about him getting his wind up, his conditioning, and all that physical strength, his confidence on his leg. So there's a lot of questions to be had here about if he will be ready. So and you got to make it there. There ain't no guarantee, man. The playoffs, anything can happen. Anything can happen. What if you have to play Minnesota a third time or Green Bay a third time? Those are never great odds when you got to beat somebody 3 times in the National Football League. That's hard, especially a division. Obviously, it would be a division opponent. That's hard. That's hard. So you just really never know. And we just got a lot of football to play before we get to the playoffs. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very, very interesting. So, yep, look forward to it. Look forward to it. So, but we'll see what happens. But I pretty much wouldn't bank on it. My opinion, I pretty much wouldn't bank on it. I mean, probably better off probably seeing them next season if I was a betting man. Because he's still a huge part of what this organization is going to do. It is due. The defense really built around him. And obviously they made the right draft pick. Well, Jacksonville, they took Trayvon Walker, and the rumor was, I think Aidan Hutchinson came on and said it, was that they preferred Trayvon Walker because his arms was a little bit longer. So, there you have it. But hey, thumbs up the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel. The subscribe button is the bell icon button. Hit all notifications, increase your chance. Get notifications. We go live and drop video. Financially, want to support the channel. Cash App, $ CJ Good 313, Venmo CJ Good 313, PayPal link in description. Appreciate the love, support. Check out Detroit Lions Top playlist for more videos like this. Peace.